Thank you for joining me today at 2cutebeads.com. Today we're going to make the Hematite stacked coin necklace kit. I've already loaded my first 6 of the small hematite, but what you need to do when you open your kit is you're going to see how the holes run in here. You need to lay out your kit and have all of your holes facing the same way so they lay on top of each other. So what I've done so I can see them relatively well is it's right at the end. So I go this way, all the way around. And then you just start loading them on. And they'll fall right into place for you. So when I get them all loaded on, they're going to go right into place for me and they're going to make the curve. So for the next few minutes, I will be loading on. Okay, I have all of my beads loaded now. And I've double checked to make sure that they are all laying over each other, which they are. Now I have my chain. I cut a little bit off because I want a 16-inch necklace. This will make up to a 19.5, almost 20-inch. So now I'm just going to take and put my crimp tube on. One end of my chain, load it through the loop. And I'm going to back through the loop and the one bead, one of my beads, until I see this end come out, and then I'm going to pull tight. I'm going to do the same thing, repeat the same thing on the other side. My crimp tube, the other end of my chain, and I'm going to back through. Going through one of my beads. And okay. Now I want to keep everything going layered like this layered. So I'm going to pull everything into place now, nice and tight. Everything should still be lined up, and it is. So just make sure that you have this pulled as tight as you can pull it. Okay, now I'm going to crimp it. And again, with our crimping, it's always the second hole first. And then the first hole, we fold it over. And I always use the very tip to press it again. Make sure it's nice and tight. I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to cut off this extra wire. There we go. Now we add our crimp cover to cover our crimp. With our first rounded part, we just squeeze it together. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Second hole first. As you can see, there's my hot dog bun. Now I'm going to take my tool, squeeze my hot dog bun together, use the top of my tool just to make sure it's secure. Before I put my crimp on, I'm going to cut off my extra wire. Okay, I'm going to check it again. Make sure all my beads are in place the way I want them, and they are. So then I'm going to add my crimp cover. And like I told you before, my necklace, I measured out my beads, and I wanted it to be a 16-inch. There we have that. Now I actually just take both ends, line them up. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to cut off this end bead. There. I'm also going to check it around my neck and size it again and make sure that everything is the size and length I need. If I need to trim it, I can trim it back a little bit further. And when I trim for sizing, I just hold it up the same way and take it off on both sides so it's equal. But I just trim a little bit at a time because I can cut the chain off, but I cannot put it back on. So then we're going to take our jump ring. And again, it's a click and close. On one side, we're going to go through our last loop, our jump ring, and our lobster claw, and close. The other side, we just close the jump ring or click and close on there. And there we have it. So again, to go over what we did today, we make sure all of our holes are facing the same way, going in the same direction. We start on one side and just line them up. You're going to have 6 small ones. Then we start our large pattern and end with 6 more small ones. So your kit contains 12 of the small ones, 21 of the large ones. When you open your package, make sure, that you pour it out gently because it's got your crimp tubes, crimp covers, your lobster, everything in there. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Thanks for joining us at 2cutebeads.com.